Alright, what's up guys? We're doing a Radiant Typhoon deck profile today. Um, I randomly picked this deck up because I was actually sick of Yummy. I just didn't like the way it played. Although it was a good deck, I just found there's a lot of flaws. I used to play Six Samurai back in the day, and a couple formats later the deck was just garbage, so I felt the same way about Yummy actually, so I decided to get out while I still could. Then I picked this deck up, and I've had lots of success, as you can see. So, without further ado, I'll get right into it. We start off with 3 Radiant Typhoon Suen. This is the bread and butter of the deck, I guess. You can search any of the Radiant Typhoon spells or traps with this card, so it really starts up your engine. Then we go into 3 Radiant Typhoon Eldam. This is similar to the Swen, except for he will search any of the monsters from the deck. They all have a similar effect, whereas if your opponent controls no back row, or you have Mystical Space Typhoon in your graveyard, they can special summon from your hand. And it's not an effect, it's an inherent summon, so it's very helpful. Spam Link 3 plays is very nice. The next one we play 3 of, and this one, if people play the deck, which not many people are playing, they usually only play 1, because on summon it doesn't do anything. Still free to summon, but upon quick play activation of a Radiant Typhoon card, he summons from the deck, so the extension is insane with this actually. And the absolute best card of the deck is Radiant Typhoon Crocea. This one, upon any quick play activation, this can special summon from your hand. And on summon, it will search a Radiant Typhoon and or MST from your deck or your graveyard. So, all of these cards can search for him. He can summon him. And then any quick play will summon him from your hand. So really starts your engine really fast, gets everything going. And if your opponent has no speller traps, he cannot die. So that's super useful. That's a big engine block there. Then we are playing 2 Radiant Typhoon The Great Flame Phonics because honestly, if he's banished, kind of sucks. His 3000 attack, same summon effect. Upon any quick play activation, he summons from your hand. And then when he's on field, if a quick play is activated, any quick play, he can target shuffle 2 cards your opponent controls to the deck, up to 2. So super useful, lots of removal, strong body. And if MST is activated, he summons himself from the graveyard. So the recursion is huge. Same summoning conditions on this guy, the Varun, the Vibrant Vortex, but he has the effect that when Mystical Space Typhoon is in the graveyard, he can negate a monster effect. So that's super useful, really make sure your plays go through. Really good control on this, and the fact that he just keeps coming back with MST really makes the deck hard to play through. Again, I just play at 1. If he's banished, you can still play the deck, whereas if he's banished, you don't have a way to get him back. And the strong monsters are actually hard to get to, so that's it for the monsters, other than hand traps, which honestly, I don't play many at all. The deck just got 5th at the UK Open, actually, and the Luke Tyler was playing the same deck. He played only 3 Fualos. And that's very interesting because I chose to minimize hand traps as well and just play more breakers. Because the way the deck plays, hand traps actually slow you down a lot. So it doesn't really matter what your opponent's going to do, you can kind of break through it. So Fualos is actually a really good idea. Prior to this, I was just playing 2 Drolls and an Ash and a Bell for crossout. But yeah, I'm testing out 3 Fualos now, so that's pretty good. I'm still playing Crossout, so I'm playing Ashen Droll, as I find it really unplayable after I get drolled. It's so rough. And if you do draw a bad hand, Ash could just shut you down. So having the Crossout is just really nice. And it's a quick play, so being able to activate it at any time to set off your guys is pretty good in my opinion. Although the top deck did play Fiendsmith Engine, and yeah, I might try that out. That's pretty cool. But this is really good and super successful so far. So onto the spells and traps. We're playing 3 Radiant Typhoon Chant. If this card is destroyed by the effect of Mystical Space Typhoon, you can set this card. So keeps coming back. You destroy it, use MST to set off your quick plays, reset this card. You can keep targeting this card over and over. It's pretty nice. The effect of this is you can add a level 4 Radiant Typhoon monster from your deck to your hand, or add MST from your deck or graveyard to your hand. One or the other. 2 effects you can activate. You can use 1 effect per turn. 1 each per turn, so that's the main card, searches out your whole combo. And then the card that everybody's gonna get banned is Radiant Typhoon Vision. Just draw 2, discard 1. Draw 2. If you have a Radiant Typhoon card or a quick play spell, you can discard 1 of them. So it's an instant +1. A lot of times it's just Pot of Greed, just starts your whole engine. Or you can search your deck at MST. So all the Radiant Typhoon quick plays have that effect. All of them just set off the combo. And again, 3 more. Radiant Typhoon Manifestation. This acts as Foolish Burial. Send 1 Radiant Typhoon monster from your deck to the graveyard, or add an MST from your deck to your grave. Deck or grave to hand. So as you can tell, they all have that effect where they can add MST. They all have the effect, whereas if they're destroyed with MST, they reset themselves. And they're all quick plays. So I just want to maximize, in case you go second, I want MST. So 9 ways to search MST. Plus 3 MST. We're probably going to get to MST. Yeah, self-explanatory there. 3 MST. I guess you could argue go to 2, but really it's just not needed. Like, the deck revolves around MST. You just make MST work, honestly. It's so good. Other than that, non-engine, we play 3 Super Poly. Just so good. Just breaks all the problems. All problem boards gone. And then you can just discard MST or your boss monsters. You can just discard your Phonics, and then you probably, again, have searched MST, so this is free, because you discard this, then you summon him back off this. If he's already on the field, he does trigger off Super Poly, so you can just see everything just starts to get broken. Deck's amazing when it works. 3 droplets. Again, Draco Tail shuts down a lot of problem negates. Going second, this is also very good. Instead of breaking boards, it's just another negate. A lot of the time you're going to have something you can either activate MST and then chain droplets, so you get the effect of your quick plays, plus you send it and get the droplets. So that's really nice. I really like the 3 droplets, actually. Honestly, though, the only thought I had, which was really funny, because again, Luke Tyler, shout out to that guy, man, he's so good topping with this. I was just so impressed. He played 2 droplets as well, and I've debated going down. I was running 2 originally, and I was running 3 of this until I recently changed the deck. I just always wanted 3 droplets, so I went down to 2 of this, but he's a good board breaker too, so you do what you want there. And then call by, because it's called by, and it's a quick play, so it sets off everything. Cross out, and the final card is Mandate. So this card is kind of what the deck revolves around, I suppose. Once per turn, you can target 3 quick play spells in your graveyard, including a Radiant Typhoon card. Apply the following effects in sequence. Shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. All wind monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense this turn. So that's really good. Free drawing, free recursion, sets a lot of things off there. And one separate effect is once per chain. When Mystical Space Typhoon is activated, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls and negate its effects. If this card is destroyed by the effects of Mystical Space Typhoon, you can set this card. So again, that same setting is going on, and now MST negates. So at least the deck's a lot of fun. So we are going to now show off the extra deck. So the only link we play actually is SP. We did play a Link 3, I can't pronounce the name actually, but we decided to cut that, so we won't talk about it. Goblin Biker Big Gabonga. This is kind of just a spare spot actually. I've tested a couple different cards here. Never have made this yet, but the theory on this is no other effects we care about except for if material is detached from a monster on the field, except the damage step, you can target one face-up monster on the field except this card, attach it to this card as material. So pretty much I was thinking things like Ryzeal. We could set up a negate, but depending on the game state, you might just want to steal whatever they can make. Or if you're playing, let's say, a pure canine deck, like they're gonna have to force out a battle phase, or you're just gonna steal the Ripper on search, or they can't get the search with Ripper, things like that. Like, it's actually random, but Bamboozling Gossip Shadow number 75. This is detached to turns a monster effect into we both draw a card. So a lot of the time I will end on this to avoid nib. We play Cicada King. He detaches a material and goes to 3000 defense to negate a monster effect on the field. So that's pretty good. Again, more negation. Play Totem Bird, Spell Trap negate. And he's a winged beast, so that comes up. Dragonlord Perrin. He's a rank 6. You pretty much make him with the 2 Croceyas. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while a monster other than Dragonlord Perrin is face up on the field that is special summoned from the graveyard. So we'll have that a lot with the MST recursions. So he is just a strong body that is, again, hard to get rid of. And you can, on the standby phase, detach a material, then target a level 5 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So you can actually get your late game plays going really good. Then for the big rank 9 plays, because we can go into that, we play Phantom Fortress, Enter Blanter. So this card pretty much once per turn, you can detach material, then activate one of these effects, banish one card your opponent controls, banish random card your opponent's hand, banish one card your opponent's graveyard, banish the top card of your opponent's deck face up. So 2900 attack, banishing effects, this is very good. And I play this because I struggle to have outs to Liger Dancer. And it's actually just crazy board wipe removal, these generator cards. I randomly found them. Anyways, this card is 2+ level 9s. You can only control one Leviathan Generator Boss of Shadows. Monsters your opponent controls lose 1000 attack and defense. Quick effect, you contribute this XYZ summoned card. Special summon one non-fairy generator XYZ monster from your extra deck. Then you can attach cards from any field and or graveyard to that special summon monster as material up to the number of materials this card had. So pretty much you just try to wait late, bait out the Ligers, and then make him so you can suck up the Liger Dancer. He's going to end up having 2 materials. Usually, anyways. You can get more depending on what you can try to exceed with, but it's usually just going to be 2. So those 2 will turn into him. He can suck up 2, Yummy Field Spell, Liger Dancer, stuff like that. You can only control one of him. This card's original attack and defense become 1000 times its number of materials. Quick effect, you can detach one material from this card. Each player draws one card, then each player that drew attaches one card from their hand or field to this card. You can only use this effect of this guy once per turn. So pretty much this is where the suck up the Liger Dancer comes in. Again, they can attach from their hand, but depending on how things have went, he will potentially be bigger than Liger at this point. Because of the amount of materials attached on him, he could be up to 4K. So that's our out. Then we just play Canine Werewolf. It's actually really good. If they activate a card or effect, I can detach a material from this card. If it's my turn, banish a card from your opponent's field and graveyard. If it's your opponent's turn, you look at their hand, banish one card from it face up until the end phase. So that comes up quite a bit. It's a very good control aspect. And we just play the Typhon and Zeus. The only issue is we get win-locked in this deck, so you have to play around that. But you definitely want to have the cards when you're not win-locked. And again, because of Super Poly, we play Muddragon, play Garura, and then we play Mysterion for a Draco Tail match. And a couple rogue decks that comes up for too. I play Mysterion over Secretarion. One, I don't have Secretarion, but even if I had it, I don't know if I'd play it over Mysterion, because I really like the fact that you can just banish whatever was summoned. And again, once you can get advantage on board, this deck is like so hard to deal with. So I don't know if I'd rather the negate or the removal, and the removal works out pretty good actually. So yeah, getting onto the side deck, we play 2 Drolls, so that we have 3. When we go second, we play 2 Ash. I know Ash isn't really being played other than Fualos, but I just really like the card, and a lot of the time it shuts down the opponent depending on what they have. So I think it's still a good card. It stops Draco Tail, it stops Mitsurugi. It hits a lot of things, so I think it's still worth playing. 2 Bell. I just didn't have the room for a third. Straight up, card's really good as well. Yeah, so we have the third of those except for the Bell. 3 Lancia for Malice and Lunalite. I think everybody's playing Lancia right now, so that's self-explanatory. Then Lava Golem. Like I said, we could have ran things like Perilia or something, but I just wanted to make sure that I at least have the out to Liger. The worst thing would just be playing a match that you're just wasting both your time. And Spell Canceller is a problem. So evenly matched was very good, but it's negatable. Whereas Lava, you can't really stop the summon. So it can get rid of the Spell Canceller, and if they have the Omni Negate, you can get rid of that as well. So the Liger can go now. And then of course we have to play the Harpies. So I did at one point play There Can Be Only One, and I'm not dissatisfied. I mean, the deck going first is so strong already, but I mean, I don't think I can be argued with playing 3 Featherstorm. So yeah, that's the deck. We'll do a couple of test hands here just to show you. The deck is very consistent. Again, I don't have the Fiendsmith engine. We could go into this Fiendsmith, but I like being able to pick first or second. I know exactly what's gonna happen. Little pile shuffle here. So yeah, just to show an average hand. And the deck breaks sometimes, but it's not that often. It's very good. And 41 cards. Couldn't fit 40 unless I just play the 1 Phonics, I suppose, or drop down some of the other engine starters. But again, it's working. Why change a good thing? So, starting off. Okay, just kidding. We're gonna restart that. This is bullshit. That's a fluke, okay? Alright. Pass to my opponent. He cuts. Okay, this is fair. Whatever this is what we go with. Oh, there's no ban. So a couple things. This is pretty much the same. This is fair. So going second, we have the Fualos. Very nice. Let's just see. So we're gonna start our combo. We're gonna go start with the Sven, or the Eldon. We're going to search for a monster. And we're going to search for Magala. And from here, we are going to special the Magala, and we are going to special Sven. Sven will search a spell trap. We can search for... let's just have some fun. We'll draw 2 cards. Genuinely, actually, I would always search for the Foolish Burial card. And actually just search MST with it. But in this instance, we have this, which we don't care, so we're gonna draw 2, discard him. Which is gonna trigger Magala to summon from deck. So, before we do anything, we are going to protect ourselves and make Gossip Shadow. So now, if you really want to negate Ash here, you can. Or you could draw 2, discard MST, summon him to negate the Ash or the Nibiru. But if nothing gets interrupted, we have a Nibiru stop here. So, what am I doing? So we're going to draw 2. 1, 2. And then we are going to discard this guy, like we said we were going to. On res, we can Chainlink 1, summon from deck. Chainlink 2, summon from hand. So we'll summon. We even chain block the Ash. So now we will search from deck. We can summon Crosea. On summon, Crosea will search. We can search ourselves the trap. And we can search ourselves MST. So, without the other stuff, we at least end with 1 negate, 2 negates, and after this resolves, we are gonna have 3 negates. And this will resolve, summoning another, so we'll have more fodder. So, this is our hand. We will leave this, we will set 4, and we'll pass. Okay? So then they're gonna do their stuff. So this is what we're ending. Okay, and again, at any time we have a negate. Okay, we can even droplet, sending Phonics. And then when we activate MST, MST will chainlink 1 or 2, doesn't matter. These guys will both summon, and he'll summon from deck. You can summon to search him, or him. The reason is, Crosea is on field. So again, you could send Crosea with the droplet instead. Then he can summon another Crosea from the deck, and Crosea can search 2 cards. It's all up to whatever you want to do. But yeah, this will search another spell or trap. This will search another monster. You get the Crosea to hand. Literally. And then you can shuffle 3, draw 1 once you have your 3 quick plays. But again, as you see, this is what the deck does every time, no matter what. So yeah, thanks guys. We'll test this at locals and see how it goes again with the new change with the Fualos. Shout out Luke Tyler. And we'll let you know how it goes. Peace.